Friday's first video for you is first news story, the breaking news from Tigray, where five journalists have been arrested. We have been reporting about arrests of journalists in the Amhara region by Ethiopian government, by Amhara regional government. Now it's Tigray's turn that journalists are being arrested. We have limited details about the cause of these journalists. Why is Tigray arresting journalists at a time when Tigray needs unity? We are receiving such reports that journalists are being arrested, opposition parties are being put under pressure. Second news story is about Ethiopian PM Abiy, who just an hour ago was seen in Djibouti. PM Abiy from Somalia, it seems that he went to Djibouti. Why is he there in Djibouti? There are some contentious issues between Djibouti and Ethiopia. We'll have a look at that. Thirdly, viewers, some documents are being shared of Ethiopian Orthodox Church, which show that the church has donated millions of Ethiopian birds to Amhara region. And lastly, viewers, we have a new story about operation against Fano in Gajam, where right-hand man of Zemene Kassie has been killed, and a sort of military camp has been established near the house of Zemene Kassie in Gajam. Firstly, viewers, breaking news from Tigray. We know that Tigray is going through a very hard time. Not sufficient amount of aid is entering Tigray. There is still communication blackout there. Banking service down. Internet shut down. Electricity only in some areas available. Shortage of food. Not sufficient amount of fertilizer and seed arriving in Tigray. And future of Western Tigray, Humaya, Volkai, Sagad is still uncertain, and tensions on Tigray Eritrea border too. So there is crisis in Tigray. At this time of crisis, what is required is unity for any people, any group, any nation. But five journalists working for Tigray TV have been arrested. Tigray government has not issued any official statement so far. Tigray TV, DWTV, we have not seen any official statement from any of these organizations from Tigray government as well. But Voice of America, Amharic, has confirmed a few hours ago that five journalists working for Tigray TV have been arrested. Now, since official position has not been announced by the government, so that is why what we are hearing could be rumors about the cause of arrest. It is being said that according to the Tigray authorities who arrested these journalists, they are accusing the journalists of having links with enemies, with anti-peace forces. The authorities say that these journalists are involved in criminal offenses and they overstepped their journalistic mandate. They committed acts beyond the profession. They violated the norms of the profession. Now, these are just words. I mean, what did they do? Tigray government must issue a clear statement. Who are these five journalists? Which crimes did they commit? Are they involved in looting, robbing, or their arrest is related to their reporting? Because what we are seeing in the Amhara region, that whoever is speaking against Amhara regional government, Ethiopian federal government is being arrested. Damascus Dasalin, Solomon Shome, Miaza, especially Miaza and Damascus and Dasalin, they were critical of Ethiopian government, of Amhara regional government, of the operation against Fano. That's why they were arrested. Now they're being charged with creating a law and order situation, inciting violence. Is that what is being claimed by Tigray authorities, that these 5 journalists have links with enemies? That is what journalists in Amhara are being charged with as well, that they have links with enemies. Same is being said here. So I think Tigray government should make it clear who are these 5 journalists, why have they been arrested, which crimes have they committed. Is it an attack on freedom of expression, on freedom of press in Tigray? We know that already Tigray opposition parties are complaining that political space is not being given to them. Their meetings are being raided. Independence of Tigray, topic of independence of Tigray is being discouraged. So we'll update you in coming videos about this key development, but it's very alarming that in Tigray journalists are being arrested. In coming videos we'll try to update you. My second news story is about Ethiopian PM Abiy, viewers. He is in Djibouti. He was in Somalia yesterday, where he attended Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud's inauguration ceremony, and today he is in Djibouti. He was received by Ismail Omar in Djibouti, Djibouti's president. Some contentious issues between Djibouti and Ethiopia will come under discussion. Firstly, we know that ethnic clashes between Afars and Somalis have spread into Djibouti. In Djibouti city, in Dakhel, there were clashes between Afars and local Djibouti residents, Somali Isas mostly, and conflict on Somali-Afar border is still ongoing, and this conflict is having its impact in Djibouti. Secondly, very importantly, Djibouti is demanding increase in port fees. Ethiopia, landlocked country, uses Djibouti's ports for imports and exports, and Djibouti for months has been demanding an increase in port fees. And thirdly, we know that Ethiopia was planning to make use of Ethiopia-Djibouti railway line for transportation of fuel. So this railway line already built, it was being connected with oil fuel storage facilities with port in Djibouti. Ethiopia has been investing on this project, but Djibouti has not been interested. Djibouti wants a binding agreement with Ethiopia that for the next 10 years, Ethiopia will not use any other port. It will use only Djibouti's port for transportation of fuel. But Ethiopia wants to diversify its use of other countries' ports. It does not want to rely on just one country's ports. Ethiopia invested in Berbera port, but yesterday we learned that Ethiopia has lost its 19% share in Berbera. Still, Ethiopia can use Berbera. And Ethiopia has shown interest in Zila port of Somaliland, in Kenyan ports, and in Eritrean ports as well. On the other hand, Djibouti wants Ethiopia to use its ports mostly. And we know that Djibouti's income from Ethiopian use of Djibouti's ports is decreasing. It's partly due to economic crisis in Ethiopia, that economic activity is decreasing. That's why, perhaps that's why Djibouti is demanding increase in port fees. Let's see. Important issues will come under discussion in Abiy, Ismail Omar meetings in Djibouti. Third news story is about Ethiopian Orthodox Church. We know that Tigray is splitting. Tigray Orthodox Church is gradually splitting with Ethiopian Orthodox Church. And Tigray Orthodox Church says that the Orthodox Church of Ethiopia became part of genocide of Tigrayans. It blessed the war against Tigrayans. It did not play a proactive role in stopping, in preventing the war. And we know that Tigray has established its patriarch office. Patriarch has been appointed as well. Mahibre Kadusan has been banned in Tigray. And Mekelle has been chosen as the seat of Holy Synod of Tigray Orthodox Church. Holy Synod has not been formed so far in Tigray. And Tigray has been accusing that Orthodox Church, Ethiopian Orthodox Church has been backing the military offensive on Tigray. Now some documents are being shared which are from the last month. Documents show fundraising by Orthodox churches in the Amhara region. And these documents show that 159 million Ethiopian birrs have been raised by churches in the Amhara region. 159 million birds, around $3 million US. And this cash, this money will be donated to Amhara region for humanitarian work. Now, Tigray-backed activists, they say that this money will be used against Tigray, that since the start of Tigray conflict, churches in Amhara region, other parts of Ethiopia, they have been raising money, raising funds for war against Tigray. I wouldn't say that this raised money is for war against Tigray, but the churches should raise money for Tigray as well. The church should not be a party. It should raise money for Amhara, for Afar, though there are not lots of Christians in Afar like they are in Amhara. But churches represent all Ethiopian Orthodox Christians. If they are raising funds for humanitarian work in Amhara, why can't they raise funds for the people of Tigray, for humanitarian affairs there? How much aid has been sent by Ethiopian Orthodox Church to Tigray? None so far. I have not seen. The church did send aid to Somali region, to Afar as well, and to Amhara, but no aid for Tigray. That is how Tigray Orthodox Church is distancing itself because of such actions, that Tigray Orthodox Church is distancing itself from Ethiopian Orthodox Church. Lastly, viewers, Amhara region, ongoing military campaign against Fano. Zemene Kassie's house was surrounded by security forces a few days ago, but he could not be arrested. Then his brother, Nibrat Kassie, was interviewed by a news outlet who said that his house, Zemene Kassie's family house, was stormed by security forces. His mother was beaten as well, allegedly. And now what we have heard is that government forces have established a sort of military camp near the house of Zemene Kassie. Zemene Kassie in Gajam, in Meravi, has not been arrested, but in Meravi, ENDF and regional forces are patrolling the streets, and a military camp has been established there. Secondly, a right-hand man of Zemene Kassie has been killed. We reported that in a previous video. His name is Maseret Bale. Maseret Bale was killed in Gajam, and reportedly he was very close to Zemene Kassie. Zemene Kassie's whereabouts are still unknown. Masresha has not been arrested as well. His family members are being harassed and some are in custody as well. It has been reported by several news sources that Zemene Kassie and Masresha's family members, they have been harassed by security forces, but both are still at large. Heavy presence of government forces near the house of Zemene Kassie and Masresha is being reported in Gajam. Thank you for watching.